Take a look at this photo. Many of you have already guessed that this is a quilted jacket, which was part of the winter uniform of the ordinary soldiers of the Red Army, and officers also liked to wear it. Many soldiers jokingly called the quilted jacket a bulletproof vest from the Second World War. Today we will figure out whether this is a myth or truth. Let's learn about the history of its appearance in the Red Army and test it by shooting from an MP40. On April 1, 1942, privates and sergeants of the Red Army stopped receiving overcoats and switched to quilted jackets. Issued uniforms were to be worn until completely worn out. What is a quilted jacket? This is a jacket consisting of several, most often 3 layers, 2 outer layers of fabric and filler between them. All layers are fastened together through the entire area of the canvas. However, the quilted jacket came directly to Russia from China. During the Russo-Japanese War, units based in Manchuria noticed unusual quilted clothing that was popular among the local population. The soldiers decided to buy a Chinese quilted jacket for themselves, and those turned out to be very comfortable. The war is over, but quilted jackets have already become widespread in the Russian Empire. They were also worn by the military during World War I and the Civil War. However, at that time, this clothing did not receive great popularity. October 8, 1932 is considered the official birthday of the Soviet quilted jacket. The Light Industry Standardization Committee defined a quilted jacket. With the beginning of mass production of quilted jackets, the Soviet government ordered to popularize this item of clothing among the population. For example, characters of various films, such as Chapiv, often began to wear such jackets. However, advertising did not give the expected results. Until the end of the 1930s, the quilted jacket was popular for the most part among poor citizens, as well as marginal elements, vagrants and petty thieves, as well as prisoners in camps. Quite quickly, quilted jackets became associated with criminals. In August 1941, the Red Army received a new version of the quilted jacket with a collar. From now on, the quilted jacket was ordered to be worn instead of an overcoat as outerwear. For this reason, buttonholes with insignia were sewn on the collar. A cheap, moderately comfortable thing was extremely popular among the fighters. Despite the convenience and versatility of quilted jackets, experienced tank troops still preferred to modernize their jackets. Moreover, such a transformation was carried out not for the sake of beauty, but solely to ensure their own safety. The thing is that the tankers removed the pockets on their jackets. The lack of pockets allowed the soldiers to quickly get out of a damaged or burning car where they could catch on to some protruding part and lose precious seconds for their own salvation. No less interesting is the use of quilted jackets in urban combat conditions. In one of the hottest spots of hostilities in Stalingrad, in order to protect themselves, Soviet soldiers put on 2 jackets at once and so went into battle. Such tactics really helped. A double layer of cotton softened the blows from pieces of breaking walls and also sheltered from fragments of glass and ammunition. Many veterans spoke very well about quilted jackets and called them bodied armor from the time of the Second World War. However, they said that the jacket often helped when fragments from a mine hit, which got stuck in it and saved the fighter. Another legend of these clothes is that supposedly a pair of quilted jackets could even stop a bullet if it was fired from a very long distance. Let's see a real experiment. How do they shoot 2 quilted jackets from an MP40 submachine gun? What will come of it? As can be seen from the experiment, the likelihood that a padded jacket will stop a bullet is very unlikely. For these purposes, the USSR tried to develop a bodied armor, or as it was called at that time, a cuirass. Write in the comments if you would be interested in a video about cuirasses. In conclusion, I will say that the Soviet padded jacket has truly become one of the main symbols of the Great Patriotic War. Even now, in our time, you can buy a quilted jacket created according to the 1941 standard. However, it is very sad that these wonderful clothes are being used as a bad word on the internet, and everyone who is a patriot of Russia or supports the government is called quilted jackets. Since the jacket was for a long time the clothes of the lower strata of society before the Great Patriotic War, then in the mouths of the fighters of social network, the word sounds like an insult since it means a term for a narrow-minded, uneducated person.